Life is short, and if you leave this world without tasting these foods, did you even really live? You've worked hard, put in the time, and frankly, your palate deserves a bloody vacation. From ancient delicacies to once-in-a-lifetime flavors, we're about to embark on a culinary pilgrimage. Get your knives ready and loosen your belts because this is the good stuff. This right here is the top 10 foods you need to eat before you die. First up, we're heading east to the land of the rising sun for a taste of heaven. Forget that tough, chewy excuse for a steak you had last week. Kobe beef is in a league of its own. This is Wagyu taken to the extreme, bred for generations with a lineage purer than a Michelin star chef's whites. The marbling, oh the marbling, it's like someone took a paintbrush and delicately swirled fat throughout the meat, making it so tender it melts in your mouth. Listen, if you're looking for an out-of-body experience, this is it. Find yourself a reputable butcher, and for God's sake, don't you dare overcook it. Next, we're off to Italy, the land of romance, passion, and bloody good food. We're talking about truffle pasta, but not just any truffle. We're talking about fresh, fragrant truffles, shaved over perfectly cooked pasta, so thin you can see through it. These aren't the oily, pungent imposters you find in jars, mate. These are the real deal, hunted by specially trained dogs, and worth more than their weight in gold. One bite, and you'll understand why people remortgage their homes for a taste. The aroma alone is enough to make you weep. Listen, I don't care how many croissants you've eaten in your life. If you haven't had one from a real Parisian bakery at 6 a.m., you haven't lived. Forget those sad, doughy excuses you find in supermarkets. A true Parisian croissant is a thing of beauty. Golden brown, flaky, and airy with layers so delicate they shatter into 1,000 pieces with the slightest touch. The aroma of butter alone is enough to make you drool. Grab yourself a strong coffee, find a sunny spot by the Seine, and savor every bite. You won't regret it. Let's be clear, this isn't that tasteless powder you sprinkle on your spaghetti. This is Parmigiano Reggiano, the king of cheese, aged for years until it develops a complex, nutty, almost crystalline texture. We're talking about cheese so good you can eat it on its own with a glass of wine or shaved over, well, just about anything. It's the kind of cheese that transports you back in time to the rolling hills of Italy, where it's been made the same way for centuries. So, find yourself a good wedge, pour yourself a glass of Barolo, and get ready for a religious experience. Forget your fancy restaurants and Michelin stars. Sometimes the best food is found on the streets. And when it comes to street food, nothing beats a real Mexican street taco. None of that hard-shell ground beef nonsense you find north of the border. We're talking about soft, handmade tortillas, piled high with tender, slow-cooked meats, a squeeze of lime, and a sprinkle of cilantro. It's messy, it's vibrant, it's an explosion of flavor in your mouth. So, find yourself a street vendor with a queue around the block and get ready for a taste of heaven. Now this isn't your all-you-can-eat sushi buffet, alright? This is Sukiyabashi Jiro, a tiny 3 Michelin-starred restaurant in Tokyo, run by the legendary Jiro Ono, who at 90-something years old is still considered one of the greatest sushi chefs alive. You can't just rock up here, you need a reservation, months in advance, and even then, you'll be in and out in 30 minutes. But those 30 minutes will be a masterclass in minimalism, precision, and the freshest, most exquisite sushi you'll ever taste. Alright, so we're heading to China now for a taste of history, Peking duck, a dish that's actually been enjoyed by emperors and commoners for centuries. The duck is roasted until the skin is like super crispy and golden brown, then carved tableside with a whole lot of theatrical flair. You then wrap the succulent meat in these thin pancakes with spring onions, cucumbers, and, a drizzle of sweet bean sauce. It's honestly a symphony of textures and flavors, a dish that's both familiar and exotic. So, hey, find yourself a good restaurant, order a whole duck, and just enjoy the spectacle. Listen, I'm not talking about those waxy, overly sweet chocolates you find in the supermarket. Belgian chocolate is in a league of its own, made with the finest cocoa beans, handcrafted with precision and care. From rich, dark chocolate with hints of spice to smooth, creamy milk chocolate with praline fillings, there's a Belgian chocolate out there for everyone. So find yourself a good chocolatier, indulge in a few pieces, or, hey, even a whole box, I'm not judging, and experience chocolate heaven. Forget your bland supermarket mangoes, we're going to the Philippines where the mangoes are so sweet, so juicy, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about fruit. We're talking about mangoes so ripe they practically melt in your mouth, bursting with sunshine and tropical flavors. Eat them fresh off the tree or chilled from the fridge with a spoon. Trust me, it's a religious experience. Forget your deep dish monstrosities and pineapple abominations. We're going back to basics. To Naples, the birthplace of pizza, for a taste of true pizza perfection. A Neapolitan pizza is a thing of beauty. A thin, crispy crust, blistered from the heat of a wood-fired oven, topped with simple fresh ingredients like San Marzano tomatoes, mozzarella di bufala, and fresh basil. It's the perfect marriage of flavors and textures, a dish so simple yet so perfect, it'll make you want to book a one-way ticket to Italy. So there you have it, you lucky devils, a culinary bucket list worthy of, well, me. You only get one life, and your taste buds deserve a bucket list too. Which of these have you already tried? And what's your #1 must-eat food before you die? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more food worth